Coming to you live from the top secret broadcasting bunker here at Area 52, and we are I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. Good to be here today. It's good to be alive. I can tell you that. We left out of here, if you were watching the last Sunday's church service, we ran out of here, literally, just as soon as it was over with, and we all loaded up. There was about 15 of us all together, somewhere around there, 15, 16, something like that. And Gary, our faithful attendant here, the guy does just about whatever I ask him to do, including play golf. If I say, Gary, go play golf, he goes play golf. But anyway, he drove us all down there. Lisa and I and the boys actually took our van because we had to part company as of Friday. But we had a wonderful week down there in the mountains of northwest Arkansas, and had a lot of interesting things happen that week. I preached this Sunday concerning a situation with a young lady down there that said that she has encounters with dead people. And so if I'm not going to retell that today, I've got too much to do. But if you didn't listen Sunday morning live, you can go to the posting of it on Sermon Audio or the Visit Bethel Church website, and you can get some insight on that. I'll probably finish that sermon up again this Sunday. But anyway, we got down there and preached Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Sunday night. You know, when you got kids and teenagers together in one place, Sunday night, get down there. Right in the middle of the sermon, some kid almost vomited right on my shoes. And so we had to kind of pause for a minute. And then Monday night, same thing, although he didn't vomit on my shoes. Another kid vomited during the service. And then Tuesday, probably, I don't know, a couple hours before the service starts, we're in an outdoor open-air tabernacle up on top of this hill. And then the electricity goes out, and I have to hurry up and preach this message before it gets dark up there. But we had a good service. I preached on biblical authority there and how that applies in all realms of life, and it was just a good sermon, and a lot of people were blessed by it. Thursday night, preach. Friday night I didn't preach, but Friday we left the camp, and my wife and my boys, my mother actually spent the week with us down at camp, and we all went down to Enola, Arkansas to have an emotional moment with my dad, and that was good. I'm glad I went down there. And then we drove to Conway, Arkansas to help Mom pick out a monument for the grave site. It's actually got Dad's name on one side, Mom's name on the other, and Hope I don't have to use the other half of that for quite a long time. Anyway, then we ended up driving to Fort Smith and got checked into the hotel there and had a conference with Southwest Radio Church. And Noah Hutchings is a guy that he does not have an off button anywhere on him. The guy he just goes everywhere, does conferences, still writes books, still does radio broadcasts, and I am just impressed by that man. I just love him to death. But we had a good time there, and we got back Saturday night, dead tired. Sunday morning, if you saw me, I was wore out Sunday morning. So I napped Sunday afternoon, went home, got in bed Sunday night, and I thought, I'm just going to rest this out, and tomorrow I'm going to get up and go to work. And God said, no, you're not. And so at 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with a stomach virus, 2 o'clock Monday morning. And so that put me in, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all the rest of Monday night, all day Monday. I just laid in bed and got rest, and God made me do that. And I'm thankful that He did, because I am rested up and ready to go. I've got a bunch of articles I'm going to share with you today. I've got some video clips. One of them is something related to the new Egyptian president, which Obama's responsible for. I have a clip. I'm going to send you a warning right now. I have a video clip that has a swear word in it, but it's written out. And apparently Michelle Obama is swearing in this particular video clip. And if you read lips, I'll let you decide what it is that she's saying. I've got the Swaggarts on video. That's going to be interesting. But let's deal with some news articles, shall we? And I try to go back a little bit into some of your emails and pull out some things, and I appreciate you sending me. World's first genetically modified babies are born. This is from the Mail Online. The world's first genetically modified humans have been created. It was revealed last night. The disclosure that 30 healthy babies were born after a series of experiments in the United States provoked another furious debate about ethics. So far, 2 of the babies have been tested and have been found to contain genes from 3 parents. Go back and watch the triple helix video, okay? I had a sneaking suspicion back then that it was already being worked on. I hate being right about this stuff. 15 of the children were born in the past 3 years as a result of one experimental program, with an E at the end, at the Institute for Reproductive Medicine and Science of St. Barnabas in New Jersey. The babies were born to women who had problems conceiving. Extra genes from a female donor were inserted into their eggs before they were fertilized in an attempt to enable them to conceive. Genetic fingerprint tests on 2 one-year-old children confirmed that they have inherited DNA from 3 adults, 2 women, and 1 man. Does anybody think that this is just vulgar? Okay, I mean, this is wrong. Is what this is. This is totally wrong. The fact that the children have inherited the extra genes and incorporated them into their germline means that they will in turn be able to pass them on to their own offspring. Altering the human germline, in effect tinkering with the very makeup of our species, is a technique shunned by the vast majority of the world's scientists. Do you know why? It's because down deep in their heart, there are some scientists that still have what the Bible says is called a conscience. They have a conscience. I believe that the law of God, natural law, is actually embedded into our genes, into our DNA. You remember from the video Jesus Christ DNA in the Holy Bible, I talked about how in one helical turn you have 10 rungs or 10 joinings of the base pairs in your DNA, and that represents the law of God. And DNA is actually a crystal, it's a stone. So here it is, God writing the 10 Commandments in stone inside of our temples. And I think that means that everybody in the world, I don't care what civilization it is, everybody in the world thinks that murder's wrong, thinks to take an innocent life. I mean, that's just natural. We just think that's wrong. Everybody in the world has this idea of marriage between man and a woman, and everybody in the world seems to think, and there are a few scattered little civilizations that don't quite get it, but most everybody in the world thinks it's wrong for a man or a woman to cheat on their husband or their wife. That's the law. Thou shalt not commit adultery. It's wrong to lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother. Those ideas are universal throughout humanity, and I think there's still some scientists out there that recognize and realize that there's something immoral about doing this. But then you have some of these scientists who, as the Bible says, their conscience has been seared with a hot what? Iron. The kingdom of iron. A conscience seared with a hot iron. Geneticists fear that one day this method could be used to create... Listen to this now. Listen. Okay? And you have to forgive me. I've been preaching at camp all week. And when you preach to kids and teenagers at camp, every now and then you got to say, everybody listen now. Shh. Okay? So I'm just going on the flow here of what happened last week. Geneticists fear that one day this method could be used to create new races of humans with extra desired characteristics such as strength or high intelligence. Daniel chapter 2. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. We are now being told by the scientists. We're now being told by the scientists that we're that close to figuring out a way to introduce new strains or new things into the human, and I'll use the term here, germ line. We're that close. Writing in the journal Human Reproduction, the researchers led by fertility pioneer Professor Jacques Cohen. Jacques Cohen, I don't know if he knows this or not, but he's a Jew. He is from the Kohanim. He is a Levite. Says that this is, quote, the first case of human germline genetic modification resulting in normal, healthy... Now, hold on a second. He says this is the first case of human germline genetic modification resulting in normal, healthy children. There is nothing normal about a child that has been produced by 3 parents. There's nothing normal about this. They call it normal. It might look normal, but it's abnormal. It's not right. There's something not right here. And I actually have this section of the Watchman video broadcast is being brought to you this week by the 2013 Nissan Altima. Somebody sent me this. Now, I want you to watch this now. We just talked about genetically modified human beings. They're already here. In fact, let's just call these babies what they are. Let's just call them aliens, because they are not like you and I. You and I had a mommy and a daddy. These are not like you and I. Okay? They're not like us. And I want you to pay attention to the imagery in this particular commercial, and also the repeated use of the word, listen to this now, the repeated use of the word imagination. Oh, it's so imaginative. We used our imagination this. And I want you to remember this from this, some things that we've taught about last year or two, is that the 2 hemispheres of your brain, one is imaginative, that's the right side, that's the female, okay, and this is the logical side, this is the male. And the 2 are supposed to work together. But the dominant side of your brain must be the logical side. If you want the creative side of your brain to take over, number one, either go into a meditative trance or take LSD. If you take LSD, okay, she'll take over. Okay, and you'll be standing on top of a 40-story building going, I can fly. Okay, and the logical part of your brain said, dude, no, you can't. But the woman said to the man, shut up. Okay, so anyway, I want you to, and by the way, just think of Bible verses about images and imaginations and how we're to cast them down. But I want you to, this really struck me, and I wanted to throw it in with this article on GM babies. Take a look at it.
Wouldn't it be cool if someone took mid-size sedans and broke the mold? If we took our best-selling Altima back to its essence,
broken in pieces,
kept its DNA, then reimagined nearly everything in it. Gave it greater horsepower and a lighter and stronger body.